many of you are bothered watching me do this? Just bite into a Kit Kat bar. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I was going to talk about my fake accent. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm a petty ass bitch, and things bother me way longer than it should. What the just happened? I was going to say that I'm a petty ass bitch because someone commented something on my video, one of my videos last year, mocking my accent. So we're gonna address my fake accent. This just reminds me of Ross, Rachel, and Monica from Friends when Ross had a fake accent.
Hello, Ross. This is Dr. McNeely from the Fake Accent University. We'd like you to come on board with us full time.
It's not like that at all. Like, my fake accent is not me trying to keep someone interested. I wish it worked. But the whole thing is, the person's comment said something along the lines of, watch how her American accent disappears halfway. I guess it's too much for her to keep up. And very ironically, this video was on, I think, types of people in Malaysia during the general elections. So it kind of bothered me and kind of threw me off my loop for a bit because I'm a lot of things, but I never wanted to be known as someone who's fake. I'm a bitch. I'm an honest, blunt bitch, but I'm not fake. Like, that's my trademark brand, right? So I've been thinking about it a lot, and the other day I said something weird, and in my opinion, in a very Malaysian manner, and my friend just laughed at me. She didn't mean it in a malicious way. There was no malicious intent. It's just that she didn't understand me at first, and when she did, she realized that I just had an accent in that very moment.
Top of the morning to you, laddie.
Just please stop.
So that got me thinking about how and why people adapt to the situation they live in or the place that they're living in, because it's not that I didn't want to be true to my Malaysian identity and like be myself. It's just that I fear being ridiculed, which I think is a perfectly fair and perfectly valid response to being in a new place and being an outsider in a new place. So I was thinking about all the words I've changed the way I say, and I now just joke and say I'm going back to Malaysia. I probably can have my T's back, and my R's for that matter, because people here, they say mirror instead of mirror, or battery instead of batteries. It's strange. Just gonna put that out there. But that doesn't mean that my brain didn't want to naturally just do it the way everyone around me is doing because I want to be understood. It's bad enough that I have way more melanin than most people in my school. In the school that I went to. It's bad enough that all my friends are very Midwestern and very white. So I didn't want to just look, sound, and be different. I was going with the whole I look different. That's good enough for me at this point. There are a lot of things that I do that's different, but the way I speak can adapt to my surroundings, right? So I feel like a lot of people have the tendency to mock, or rather kind of judge people who have lived abroad for their accents, because it's not normal. That's not what they're accustomed to hearing, but it's also their situation and their reality, and I don't think anyone is doing it just because, okay, actually I take that back. Some people might just be doing it just because, but in my case, and I would fairly assume in many, many people's cases, it's that you just don't want to sound strange. You don't want to sound like you're dumb. You don't want to sound like you do not know how to pronounce basic English words in a country where English is the primary language. So, addressing my fake accent. Yes, God, I've heard so many people tell me that, oh my God, like, I knew you were not from here, but I couldn't figure out I couldn't figure out where you're from. And I'm like, I guess that's a compliment. And people meant it more of you have a very clear speech, like you can't really place where I'm from or whatever. That's because I pay attention to how I'm saying words, and it matters to me a lot. So I find it frustrating that some people just willy-nilly accuse me of having a fake accent. I am not pretending to be someone I'm not. I'm just trying to fit in and not be a complete and total mess of a human being, right? Like I just don't want to seem like an outsider more than I already do. The real kicker here is that in that particular video where this person commented that, I was talking about Malaysian stuff and I was mimicking things I've heard in Malaysia. And obviously I was gonna lose my bloody proper way of speaking English because I was being as thoroughly Malaysian as I could. And it was just like, oh, of all things, you couldn't comment on how unfunny I am, which I would have taken better than she has a fake accent, watch it disappear.
It's like, hi, cool. When I get lip fillers and they dissolve, I'll call you to point it out.
But I don't have an accent when I talk to my parents or my friends from back home. Like, my friends here have literally just watched me as I talk to people from back home, and they're like, I'm not sure if you're speaking in English. And I'm like, oh, like 90% of it was in English. The other 10%, the other whatever percent was definitely not in English. I can't even tell you what language that is, but that's just me being a Malaysian for you. But that's just how it is in Malaysia. You add Malay words, you add Tamil words, you add Chinese words like Mandarin or whatever dialect the words are from. You just grab things, and that's just how the culture there works. But my biggest struggle after moving here was first the fact that I had to speak in English and only in English. I couldn't just make a random remark in a different language and people understand me. So having to do that, having to have been consciously doing that in the beginning of my time here, definitely taught me a whole new way of speaking and doing things. If trying to be as clear as possible leads to me having this fake accent because I sound like the people here so that they can understand me, it's not that big of a crime. There are worse things on this planet. So, thanks for watching this video, you guys. And basically, if someone points out something like this, don't be like me and don't be a petty ass bitch and don't make a video about it, whatever, but don't be a petty ass bitch and hold on to it forever. That's all I can say, because they ain't got nothing better to do with their time, and you can just ignore them. Bye guys, thanks for watching my video.